Okay, so I normally hate live unboxing because like I open the box, but this is special. Okay, so let me kind of explain where I'm at on this. Um, the quick backstory is I was in Florida and I lost two fish, two breakoffs that were kind of heartbreaking. I mean, they ran. There was not. I mean, there was no stopping them. They were big, giant, fabulous somethings, and I have no idea what they were because they just took it and went. There was no turning them. There was no nothing. That was with 30-pound braid and 40-pound mono. So round number two gonna be different. Just a saying. So that led me to purchasing a reel that I've been wanting to purchase for a while, right? And I'm going to preface things by saying that I am a budget fisherman. I try to spend less than $100 on the rods or the reels, or 200 on the combo, however that goes, right? Hey, Amanda, good to see you. So I kind of feel a little strange when I'm showing off more expensive stuff, right? Well, this came in the mail today, and I ordered it on Amazon Prime Day. I got them for about $100 a piece. Now, I will tell you, I did open the box, and I touched the reel, and I went to pull it out, and like, no. I'm excited about this, but I want to share it with everybody. I am not sponsored. They didn't give me anything for free. I didn't get some kind of special discount. This was Amazon Prime Day. Let me lower it just a little bit because there we go. So we can get a little bit more in the picture. So the first thing I saw was, oh my gosh, look at the size of the box. Okay, this is the Alijoz 300 box, and let me set them level and pick them up. Okay, so this is yeah, it's a much bigger box. Now the Piscifun Alijoz 300, which is right here, has been spooled up, has been fished with. I love it. The one thing it doesn't have that I really want is a bait clicker. Now, what the other another thing I love. So I love low profile bait caster reels. That's what I started on when I went back when I started bass fishing. You know, low profile. I didn't use round ones, and I've always liked the low profile, always. But as you cat fishermen go, saltwater fishermen know, or anybody that fishes for anything big, mean, and ugly, most of those max out at the size of 200 in at least reasonable price ranges, right? And that typically, that size 200 is just typically not enough. Doesn't hold enough line, doesn't have enough drag. You take your pick. So these are available with a multitude of different gear ratios. The Alijoz 400 you can get an 8.1 to 1 or 6.6 to 1. And I think there's another one, but I could be crazy. Now they are color coded, and what that means is there's a different color based upon which kind you get. So I got the 8.1. I think that's what this one is. In the 300, whatever the high, yeah, 8.1 to 1. I did the same with the 400. Now, just kind of reading the boxes to you because everybody loves somebody who reads boxes. They both have 9 ball bearings between the 300 and 400. The max drag is 33 pounds or 35 pounds on the 400. So the 300 has a couple pounds less drag, no biggie. The 300 is 11.3 ounces. The 400 is 14.5 ounces. So it's not a small reel, okay? The 300 will hold, we'll go with mono numbers, 15 pounds of 190 or braid, 40 pound, 205 yards. Okay, so it's capable, no question. The 400 will take 270 yards of 17 pound mono, so about 100 yards more of 15 pound if you want to do that. And it talks about 80 pound braid at 165 yards. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of line. So I'm guessing about 200 yards of 65 pound, which is probably what I'm going to put on it. So there you go. So without further ado, hey Scotty, we're going to open up the box of the Alijoz 400. before I go there, I'm sorry, my brain. So the Alijoz 300, one of the features that's interesting to me that I like, it's a flip and switch. So you got, you set that down, you push the thumb release, that pops it back into place. So you don't have to reel to put it back in gear for as a way of winning. So anyway, so the first thing you're going to find when you open this up is this pretty little thingamajiggy, and it has words and stuff on it. And I'm sure at some point I will read those words. Then, nice enough piece of foam. Oh, looky there. It has a real bag. It's nice. It's not completely flimsy. It's not as good as foam. And then comes the reel, and you have the little tool here, which, pretty much you get with any reel. Nothing exciting, special there. Now comes the reel. Oh, and in the bottom is another piece of foam, in addition to this piece of foam that's packed in. I'm out of here. All right. Now, get all my boxy stuff out the way here. We're going to have some fun. Okay. I have not used this reel. I can't vouch for it being anything other than kind of a bluish purple. Kind of party. Like I said, depends on the gear ratio on what color it is, and I can tell you what the other one is if I tried, but I'm not going to. So you've got the magnetic brake here, star drag with click. Not a loud click, but it's a click. And then the tension knob also clicks. No, Scotty, I did not get this for you. I like you, but not that much. So, things I can tell you about it. It says it has an aluminum frame. Give me a second. So the part that mounts to the rod does indeed feel plastic. And on the Alijoz 300, yeah, so similar. Okay. It says it has an aluminum frame. I believe it. It has this little nub. I have to turn it. There you go. So you see this little nub here, so you can tie your, come back here, little boy. That little nub, you can tie your braid around it. You can tie a knot around it. And then that way you don't have to do an arm knot and all that kind of fun stuff. You can just tie it there and start reeling. So there's nothing super spectacular about this reel out of the box other than us party, and it has a bait clicker. So this was about $100 on. Hang on. I got a Chaos 50 here. Turn your bait clicker on. Woo! Oh! Okay, it's okay. Carp Special. This is the Yabu 6500 Carp C3 Carp Special. Let me get it loose here. Turn on the drag, or the flicker. So it's a C3 6500 Abu Garcia Carp Special, which is the same as the Catfish Special. It seems to be a little bit louder than the Chaos XS50, but nothing compared to the Alijoz 400. The Alijoz 300 does not have this bait clicker, okay? It does share a lot of the other features, a different type of magnetic or a different dial for the brake. Like I said, they both have really good drag. They both have power knobs. Now, I got my trusty dusty calipers out because it's fun. Why buy toys if you can't use them? So let's go on the width of the body on this thing. I'll go where the drag knob goes, or not drag knob, the tension knob goes into the side there, and we're at 3.28 inches. Now, that same spot, yeah, you got a lot of difference there with the Alijoz 300. So we were at 3.8, we're at 2.8, so it's about an inch wider. Yeah. Okay, front to back. Sitting at, well, that's not right, stop. I had held something by accident. Stop, there we go. Try this again. Oh, 3.8 inches. What did I say the side was? 3.3. Sorry, it's 3.3 on the side. I'm a little crazy. It's 3.8 front, back, 3.3 on the side. Okay, cool, nice, all that fun stuff. But what I really want to talk about, or what I really want to compare, because I've got everybody here. So I've always thought that the power handle was longer on the Chaos XS50 than on the Abu Garcia, and we're going to find out. So we're going to go like center of the knob to kind of center of where I am guessing the nut is. Get about 2 inches on the Abu, and I'm going to go out to about 2.2, so a little bit bigger between the round bait casters, the Chaos XS50 here and the Carp Special 6500 Abu Garcia. Now, so we were at 2.2. Come back here. So I'm going to do the Alijoz 300. So again, we're kind of going center knob to center of nut roughly. That's going to be 2.8 inches. Well, now I would have never guessed this. Never in my life. 2.5. Let me go back. No. The 300 literally has a longer arm on it for the power handle. Now, it's not counterbalanced the way the 400 is. So, I mean, it's not as, I don't know, something. But that was surprising to me. So again, this is an unboxing. It's not a review. I have not used this reel. I have no business trying to give you a review on it, but I was so gosh dogged excited just to get this reel. Okay. Now, I talked about the pricing on it. Again, for Prime Day, it was about $100. It is currently $129.99, I believe, on Amazon. On Piscifun's website, it is $149.99. But you can use code PIS15 or PIS18 or a few others to get that price down a little bit. So you've got that. My big thing is it's hard to compete with Amazon's return policy. They're, you don't like it, you don't like it. You send it back and, you get your money back. And other than having to drive to the UPS store, there's no charge for return shipping and all that kind of stuff, right? So there's that. I will be using this. I'm going to spool it up because I don't plan to go saltwater fishing for a while. It is saltwater rated. So there's that. Hey, Wild Hook, good to see you. Hey, Diana, good to see you as well. Just took a little time out of my work day today because I got a new toy. And I had to share it. I mean, I have been nothing but excited to get this reel. Let's see. It says it has a high-strength one-piece aluminum frame, precision machined, high-strength hardened brass gears, yada, yada. But the big thing about this is it's a low-profile size 400 reel. Again, the Alijoz does come in a 300 size, which has just lost a lot of luster since the 400 is in my hand. I've used the 300. I've been very happy with it thus far. I've not had any monsters on it yet, but, you always hope, right? Oh, and that clicking is just the braid hitting as I go around. So there's nothing, it's not making noises. And yeah, this is just nice and smooth. We will find out more as I use it more. But I want to say hi to everybody, or show this off to everybody. Somebody said, hello, Anthony and Yakshore. And now, I didn't see them come in, but I would be amazed if they did. Hey, Michael Lockhart, why do I always... Oh, yeah, there is Yakshore. And let's see. Oh, that is Anthony Yakshore. Sorry, I was thinking Anthony J all day. But apparently it's not his day. And there, of course, is my sticker board. I got all kinds of stickers on it. That's really all I have to say on the Alijoz 400 reel at this point. Cannot wait to get this bad boy. Oh my goodness, I just said bad boy. Oh Lord. It's one of those terms I hate. Everybody's like, hey, look at this bad boy. Oh, this bad boy. Oh, look, here's another bad boy. Oh, documentation. Look at this bad boy documentation. So anyway, I can't wait to get this wonderful reel out there and see what I can do with it. Oh God, it's so smooth. But they're supposed to be smooth right out of the box, aren't they? Rod says he's got the Chaos XS50 and 60. He's caught some big catfish and put them up against any high dollar reel. So, Rod, I'm with you on that. I've got some 50s and 60s, and I love them, especially at their price point. You're looking at around the $50 range for this Chaos XS50 or 60. They're very similar in price. The 60, of course, holds more line, and I've done a teardown of both. There's a comparison on my channel if you want to go look at that. Hey, Kevin Fishes, my goodness, it's good to see you here, my friend. Now, to me, they're very similar in a lot of ways to the Abu Garcia. I mean, it does have the thumb bar instead of the push button on the side. The 60 does have the push button on the side, like the Abus do. But this Alijoz 400, the Alijoz 300, I don't know of anything else in this size that's even remotely close in price. So, everybody could say, well, this feels like a knockoff of a reel that's been around forever, right? They didn't have to do a whole lot of design in theory. And whether or not that it is a copy or not, I am not qualified to discuss. What I can tell you is I've not seen another reel in the 300 or 400 size that I can remember in a low profile, because I love low profile reels. They're just easier to cast. Everything else, they feel better. They sit lower on the rod. You name it. Hey, Lisa, glad to see you, Miss Burrito. Feels like there's a little bit of a rattle in it, but I don't know what that is. Yep, yeah, I do. It's actually the star drag, because it's click drag. That's it. It's the, I think it's probably got a ball bearing under there, and that's probably what it is. Now, again, so these have 9 bearings in them, 8 ball bearings plus 1 anti-reverse, I'm sure. But whether you need 8 ball bearings in a reel like this is a whole nother question. I've used the Corrados for years, and I think they have probably 4 or 5 total bearings. But the power handle, it's got that EVA foam knob. It feels good in the hand. It just does. I can't wait to get out and use these things. The downside is I can't put the 65-pound braid that I want to use for saltwater on it and use it in freshwater unless I just want to really go overkill. Diana, I know I've said hi to you, but if somehow I'm stupid and missed it, hi. And again, the drag on these, 35 pounds. The big difference between the 300 and 400, you get the bait clicker. It's a little different style of drag or braking system. Holds more line, all that good stuff. 2 more pounds of drag. Significantly more weight, about 3.2 ounces heavier. But when you compare it to one of these round bait casters, they're right up there anyway. Hey, Clyde. Hey, Paul. How you doing? Well, now that people are here, I feel kind of silly just leaving. So what do y'all want to talk about? I've done that. This ends the unboxing and all that fun stuff. There's the bag again. I do like that bag. And like I said, the box is just bigger than my head. It's huge. The reel is not overly huge. Here. Compare it to the XS50 Chaos. It's longer, but it's not really wider. Maybe a hair wider, but not much. So it's not huge. As you know, the XS50 is about the same size as the 6500 Ambassador from Abu Garcia. I think the Abu probably holds a little bit more line though. So give you an idea of the size, right? Okay. So I've been fishing lately. We all know that. Bye, Scott. I'm not leaving. I got nowhere to go. I got things to do. Oh, you're back. That was quick. I've been fishing at the one park lake lately. Haven't been doing as well as I'd like. I'm debating on whether I want to go back out there and try a different area of the lake, or if I want to try a different park lake because, like I said, the bank is really steep there, as y'all may have heard. Someone somewhere, I don't remember who, might have fallen out of a chair and looked like an absolute idiot. Um, there you go. I also made some Jello pack bait. I may try carp fishing. We'll find that out as well. So let's just chat about stuff that doesn't matter. I do need to get some more weights. I've got some a bunch of 1 ounces. I've got a bunch of 4 ounce pyramids. I got some 6 ounce cannonballs, 10 ounce cannonballs, but I really need to be in those 2 to 3 ounces. So Brad Caudle has been out a little bit with some personal stuff, so I'm hoping he gets back soon and we can get some more weights going. If you don't know Brad from Tidal Weights, I endorse him highly, but I endorse him highly for his prices. I, I don't mean to sound, it's certainly not disrespectful, right? I consider weights to be a commodity item. I don't care where I get them from. It's not like a reel where it's like, there's materials and workmanship differences, right? And there's a little bit, in weights, but again, it's just something I add to the line so I can get out there further and hold the bottom. The bottom center sticker is absolutely amazing. I've heard that somewhere. I don't remember where. Oh, you mean Mike's Fishing Home right here? That? Oh. Did you mean rods? Do you mean Adventure America? What's the one I'm missing here? Fun fishing, fun. No. But I got Brian B. I've got the Fishing Magician 2.0. I've got DMB Whisker King, Skipjack City, Reef Rubber, Otter Cat. You people don't have an Otter Cat, do you? Oh, I guess you can't see the Otter Cat. Here's the Otter Cat. We're going to forget the fact that it's being held up by a rod holder right now. Fishing Modog, No BS, Fine Focus, Travis over at, Skipjack Cindy. Butterflies, Sunshine, Hitch by Hitch. Let's see, we got Haslife, My Style Baits, Mopound, Modog, all of the Modogs. Another Travis, another Cindy. Sanditos. Earl Huscraft from the Reef Robber, more Hitch by Hitch. Palmetto, Cats, Carter's Custom Lures, Burrito and Randy are side by side until they get divorced so I can move them. Adventures America, Mike's Fishing Home, Keenback, Diamond, Seago Adventures, that's Dell. Of Oklahoma, who does kayak fishing. He goes out with bass gear to catch catfish by accident. Yak Shore, I've heard of him. Anthony, I've heard of him. Hey, Jody! Bass and Big Malone, Woody's Trapping, Catfishing with Cosby, On the Hook. That is Fishing with Billy, or his new one, which is Tennessee Valley Fishing Guide. I don't know. Fishing with Billy. Jamaican Shore Fishing, I think I already did Mike's Fishing. Yeah, I already did. Rod's Fishing Adventures. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that one. Queen Hess, Chunky, Fishing with the Chad, and Carolina. Real screamers. And you know what, Jody? I don't know how you're not a mod. We are going to... Ooh, I almost put you in timeout. We're going to fix that shizzle right here. Hizzles and nozzles. So again, folks, if you're here to actually see the review of the Alijoz 400, that's done. Again, not sponsored. This is not a paid advertisement. This is none of that. I'm just excited. I don't normally get excited about new reels. This one, I got really excited. Yes, Scotty is Fun Fishing Adventures. Without Scotty, it would just be Fishing Adventures. You add Rod, it'd be Rod's Fishing Adventures. Take Rod out, then you put in Stacy, and then it would be Bank Fishing Adventures. Neat how that works. Mike Urban, I don't know. I missed you. Hey, oh, there you are. Hey, Higgy Homestead. I didn't prepare for more discussion here. I was just excited. Like I said, I wanted to share this with you guys. I actually opened the box. I touched it, was about to pull it down. Like, no, I want to do this live. And I didn't even want to do a recording of it, like a standard edited video, because I didn't want to have to go back and do multiple takes and go, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, and I didn't say this right, I didn't say that right, because you lose the excitement. And I am really excited about this thing. It is just, Anyway, So, here, we'll tell you one more thing. So it does come in the purple. The black and the purple is the 8.1 to 1. The 6 point, nope, sorry, 8.1 to 1 also comes in gray and gold if you so desire. And the 6.6 to 1 comes in blue and purple. So blue and purple. Oh, nope, it says blue and purple. My bad. I can't read. Blue and purple comes in either. So I said they were color coded, and apparently I lied a little bit. So the blue and purple comes in the 6.6 to 1 or the 8.1 to 1. But you can also get the 8.1 to 1 in gray and gold, but you know, that's such beautiful blue eyes. I had to get the blue and the purple. And there's some black on it too, so whatever. Again, I'm not really that excited about the colors of reels as much as I am the performance thereof. I'm really trying to think of something important to talk about. Rudd? The tan looks good on me, Mike. Thank you. Yes, Rudd, I'm still talking. I also still have a girlfriend, so there's that, buddy. Those are not drawn on. They're cut kind of short at the moment because I ain't real bright. Nobody wants to talk about sinker slides. You can get sinker slides now off Temu if you didn't already know. Temu, who cares who's. So let's talk about what's new in these. So I will probably go fishing live tonight. I hope to. Ashley's supposed to be going running tonight. So if she goes running, then that gives me the chance to go out and go fishing and not feel like I've missed her. Getting back on the keto diet, I went to a pool party this last weekend, which you already talked about the tan. How much am I paying her? Less than a boat. Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Now Ashley she's an amazing woman. She truly is. I don't know if any of you guys have. For those of you who are married, stay married. I'm just saying. And I know Scotty can attest to this some, and I don't know about other people, but you know how hard it is to find somebody at this age that's got her crap together, has a career, isn't deep in debt, isn't crazy. Let me give you the crazy house. It ain't easy. Now, the same holds true from the women's perspective as well. Finding a guy that's got his crap together is just not easy. Hey, Catfish and Dreams. I know I said hi to Wild Hook, but if I didn't, hi, Wild Hook. And I've had to adjust my rigs because normally I do. She's not here, Rod. She's at work. I know. Remember that thing I told you about, having a job and a career and stuff? I'm all right. She really is a sweetheart. I don't know. We seem to gel together real well, which is nice. I've been having to adjust my rigs because the park ponds I'm fishing are not going to have big fish in them. So I'm trying to keep, like a 3/0, 4/0 size hook. Try to keep a couple ounces of weight, enough to hold bottom and be able to tighten it up a little bit. But I do need a bank rod holder. I've thought about modifying these Temu boat rod holders. But, I really like some of the higher end rod holders. I just have to go do it. Blink twice if you need help. I don't need help unless you're a therapist. If you're a therapist, we can talk. I don't need the glasses anymore because I can't really. There's nothing I'm reading, so there's that. The one thing I will talk about a little bit. As I said, I'm a budget-oriented angler. Yes, I have some Abu Garcia carp specials and catfish specials. I did not pay anywhere near retail for them. That's because I got them on sale, okay? And I know I've lived paycheck to paycheck. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to, when you're sitting there figuring out how many pot pies you can afford for the rest of the week, considering how much gas you have in your tank, because you're going to need that to get to work. I remember those days. So when I talk about equipment and I talk about being budget oriented, when you find a good sale, you can find a good sale. I got some Spinfisher 6500 live liner saltwater spinning reels. They're normally over 200 bucks a piece. Got them in combos for $100. Walmart was doing a clearance on them. Oh, I do have to read things. I'm sorry. The Magic Genie. Now listen here. Listen here. Single barrel. I don't do single barrels. You know why I don't do single barrels? I'm cheap. That Uncle Rudd in the olden days know the genie was not blue. See, you're just a young pup and you don't understand these things. Sorry. I bet you think The Little Rascals was a movie and instead of Our Gang back in the, what, 20s? Anyway. But the genie did hang around with a cute girlfriend, so I mean, it wasn't his girlfriend, but it was still a cute girl. So that could be me. Uncle Rudd, on the other hand, hangs out with Travis. He's not a very cute girl. I'm just saying. I mean, I have seen him in the wig, but you know. Let's see, what other interesting stuff can I talk about? I've also been looking into pulley rigs, or what are they? Up and over rigs, they call them. It's something I've seen out of the guys in the UK. Basically, what it does is it allows you to throw the bait a lot further out because, you know, when you have a heavy weight and you have a heavy piece of bait and you go to cast them and they do this whole nonsense and you lose a lot of casting distance on it because they're fighting with each other. That's what the pulley rigs do. And the hook and the weight kind of stay in one piece until it hits the water and then they break apart. So there's that. Unless I bait the hook. So I've been kind of looking into that. I've got some pieces that I've ordered and I've played around with it once. We'll play around with it some more. So I also got a neck fan recently, which has been in the videos. Project Farm, if you watch him. He does a lot of good comparison videos, and this came in second and was 27 bucks versus 130 or whatever for the first place. So that's why I got it. And it helps, especially if you're out there in the heat, right? We need something that can help us out there. Now, if you are using earbuds, it's not terribly helpful because that will add noise. It sounds complicated, Rudd. Well, I can understand why. Yeah. Belt clip fans. Okay. Yeah, now, yeah, okay, Jody, see, I don't have that issue. And the neck fan I got actually has some vents in the back that you can turn on and off, or fans in the back, and then on the side as well. I will check out the belt clip fan. I also have a Hampton Bay cordless fan. It's like, I don't know, probably 8 or 12 inches, I forget, that I also use. Uncle Rudd, I do have a neck. I just have to remove my 4 or 5 chins first. You are so mean to me. It's almost like I trolled you and now you're trolling me. So yeah, karma. Let's see, other fun equipment. So the force rod that Ashley won at the gathering, I've been using it. I like it. It's cute and all that kind of stuff. I really like the rod sock that came with it. I'm a head and shoulders baby. Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Since you like the Wiggles so much, they're Uncle Red. As you did the London Bridges falling down with me falling out of my chair. So I'm just curious, you know, that video went out a lot. And it got me thinking, and unfortunately I fall into this category, so I'm pointing the finger at myself as well. If I caught a 90-pound blue, would y'all be sending that out viral? Or would you just go, hey, that's how I caught a fish? I don't know. It seems like we don't celebrate each other's wins as much as we celebrate our, we'll call it a failure. I think when you can't sit in a chair correctly and fall out of it, it kind of is a failure. Anyway, um, and I don't know how many of you guys watch stuff out of ICAST. There were a couple of kayaks that came out this year. They're both tanks. They're huge, 12.8 feet or 12 foot 8 inches on both of them, I believe. One of them is, I think, 38, 39 inches, and the other one's like 40. And they're about 130 to 150 plus pounds. You've got plenty of fish. I bet you do have plenty of fish. Have you found a date on plenty of fish? Hitch by Hitch by hitch, hitch by hitch, hitch by hitch, stop the itch, hitch by hitch. A hitch. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Rudd. Of course, you're not a newscaster, so I don't know about that. So what do y'all have for your favorite line? I know a lot of people like Andy Monster, and of course the perennial favorite, low cost Trilene Big Game. I've got some Suffix Superior. I like it. I can get it in the really big spools. So what other lines do you guys like? In my lower, in the 4 pound range, I really love Mr. Crappie and Crappie Max from Bass Pro Shops. And as I've gotten older, I need to have high vis lines. Offshore Angler, yep. I have some Offshore Angler 100 pound right here. Not really something you want to tie knots in, but anyway. Bass Pro Offshore Angler 50 pound line. Honestly, you can get the big game in larger spools. Solar Green or something is that. I've used that. I tend to buy the 1 pound spools. Same for the Suffix. Offshore Angler. I really like the Bass Pro Shops Excel brand, or whatever Excel product name line. I used it when I was bass fishing a lot. Big Game used it for your Andy Monsters. So you're impressed. What do you like more about the Andy Monster line, Rod? Is it more abrasion resistant, less stretch, more stretch because some people want more stretch, less line memory? Because Big Game is not known as being a premium line with low stretch and low memory and stuff like that. I can understand that, Jody. Like I said, Big Game it's not a premium line. It gets the job done. It's got good abrasion resistance, but it's not going to be the smoothest casting line out there and stuff. The memory, yeah. Especially as you get into thicker lines, that memory becomes more important. Also, if you use spinning line, or spinning reels, I should say, over bait casters, that also becomes a factor where that memory is just more pronounced. Uncle Don uses Hercules for braid. You can get that off of Amazon. I've used that. I like it. Catfish Dream doesn't like the BPS line for too much memory. For non-catfish like Suffix. For catfishing, Berkeley Pro Spec. For ultralight, he uses the Suffix Flora. Yeah, Suffix is actually owned by Rapala or Rapala. I've always called it Rapala, but I keep hearing people say Rapala. I didn't realize that. I just thought it was another brand. The Andy Monster, again, Paul likes that. Smoother, nick resistant, memory, breaks at or above its rating, plus the blue disappears in water. So, Rudd, I understand that. A lot of people want line that is clear or has a light blue hue to it. And that's good for leaders for me. I just need the high vis otherwise. Reaction tackle braid, I've heard good things about that. Yet, Chad, hot water, well, it doesn't fix memory problems as much as it temporarily alleviates them. Once it goes back to being on the spool and tight and sitting for a while, I mean, the memory comes back, right? Vicious line, yes. Vicious line is also a good one. But it's more of a premium line. Jody's been using Mad Cat's line. It's okay. That's a ringing endorsement there, Jody. It is okay. And that's kind of how I feel about Big Game. It's okay. Like I say, it's not the best out there. We all knew that. And I can't think of a line that breaks near its or breaks at its advertised strength. That 4-pound Mr. Crappie line. Lord, that stuff can be hard to tear or hard to break. It really can. I do like the Crappie Max because it's a 3-color camo. Well, not camo, 3-color line. So it has a clear section, then it has a high vis green section or yellow, whatever, and then a high vis orange section. So you've got, that way, if you're really particular about what's right near the hook, you can pull off a few feet and get to that clear section and tie off the end of the clear section. Anyway. Well, now that's true, Rod. The Mississippi River, it doesn't matter what color line you use. And Jody, I appreciate that. Her comment is, I don't fib on products. I won't buy more of the Mad Cats, but it was okay. And that's, that's another topic that I'd love to discuss with everybody. And I'll start off by saying I was pro staff for a few companies through like a regional distributor kind of thing. And I used some, at the time, very expensive, $300+ rods. Well, I could get them for half price. And that I was willing to pay $150 for them. I wasn't willing to pay $300 for them. And I don't feel comfortable telling somebody that they should go spend $300 on something that I won't spend my own money on. And that's a big thing. Yeah, tell the truth instead of being a mouthpiece. The other thing is, I see a lot of people, or feel like people sell their soul awful cheap these days. The Vicious on your crappie stuff, you go to try Andy. Yeah, Andy makes a good line. Hey, Mark, good to see you. Good to see you live today. Yes, you are indeed first. I'm glad somebody finally showed the heck up. But if every time you watch somebody, you hear about what they're using in detail, right? Now, I have people ask, right? I've seen people ask, hey, what are you using for your rod and reel? Answering that's great. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with even providing that for, today I'm using this. Here's what I'm using. That way it's in the video, You don't have to, I have no issue with affiliate links. But like I said, everything you see here, I paid my own money for. I may have paid less than retail for it because I got it on sale from a retailer, but nothing is sponsored here. And when I do get sponsored, I hope someday, I'll tell you, but I'm not going to push you on products I wouldn't use myself. I hate saying stuff like this. Piscifun. They sent out a number of reels to different influencers. And one of the things that bothers me, Piscifun. If you can't even go to the website and figure out, they tell you how to pronounce it on their website, Piscifun. It's not that hard. How are you telling somebody to go buy this product if you can't even pronounce it? Or I'm using these hooks. Every time I catch a fish, this hook. I'll tell you a secret, people. Yes, there are premium hooks. Yes, Gamakatsu is a premium hook brand, and they're a very fine hook. They are one of the gold standards out there in hooks. But you can pretty much take any piece of hardened carbon steel, sharpen it up, and it'll do. Yes, there's geometry differences, and there's that. And yes, tightness, sharpening a circle like a painter. What? Right. He's sponsored by Brush Ball Jigs. He's used them for a long time, and they sponsor me because they're great baits. That's what you use. That's not what I'm talking about. That is not what I'm talking about at all. And you know that. Jody sponsors only push the products she'd use and don't talk about their other products. That is really, whoa. Kicked my tripod. Let me go back a minute. I'll make sure I didn't miss anything. Most lines have their place depending on what they use. Okay, Donner, I'll give you that. Stren. Give me a time and a place for that. I'm sorry. And that is one of the biggest disappointments I've had over the years is Bill Dance, I think it was Bill Dance. Anyway, some of those guys used to push Stren all the time, so I thought Stren was premium line. No, it's not. Davy Jones hooks for the win. Barb on the outside hook. That's something different. I give you that, right? And innovation, et cetera, is that's fine. That's great, right? I just feel like as a community, we're so interested in being sponsored that we don't care what we're pushing, and that we're selling out. I'm not talking about any particular person here, okay? I use hooks as an example, but it could be, if every time I caught it, and today I am using this brand of line and this color and this line is the only line that will ever catch fish. I have never caught as many fish as I have with this line right here. And yes, I'm moving it around because I'm not actually endorsing offshore angler line because this is 100-pound line and it's almost weed eater line. Of course, that's why I bought it. If they push you to make fall claims and you push it, you're as bad as they are. And that's the truth. Now, don't misunderstand me, okay? I like what Jody said about if they make a product I don't like or don't use, I just don't talk about it. Nothing wrong with that. But I don't know. And that's where it comes from, Catfish and Dreams, is it comes from bass angling years ago. I mean, I've held a Bill Dance rod and reel and was like, this is plastic garbage. I realize he makes money to have his name on there. But I'm probably saying this wrong. I know I am. Like Bass Pro Shops used to have, may still have, some bass reels that had particular anglers' names on them. And yes, they would fish with those. But these are $50, $60, Rick Clunn, I think was one of them. $50, $60 reels. You mean to tell me that man would not rather have a $500 Shimano reel? Of course not. Will it $60 reel do? I guess it'll do. You dropped all your sponsors except one. I bet, Pontoon Jody, I can guess which sponsor that might be, considering that the Monster Rod Holders Power Hour comes on tonight at 5:30 Central. It's just a guess. Could be wrong. And please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. If you like this reel and you want to tell everybody about this reel because you like the product, that's honesty, that's integrity, that's being helpful. It's about helping each other. Now, if you get compensated for that, I have no issue with that. But if the only reason you're using Uncle Red's sinker slides is because you get them for free from Uncle Red, but when you were buying them, you were buying some other brand. And these are, they're kind of cheap. Well, the hook's kind of, it could be bigger. Got an interesting design with the hook there. These are from Temu. Okay, I'm not. There is no Uncle Red. Um, or if you find out, the edges are a little sharp, so I need to, file them down before I use them, things like that. But you don't tell people that, and you're just pushing it. That's what I have a problem with. Yeah, they were fishing with $500 commas, and they still their $200,000 rigs. That's the thing, man. And Lowrance, Humminbird, Garmin, they're all kind of similar, especially now they'll have some sort of live scope option. Live scope was an innovation, right? If you wanted live scope, you had to use Garmin for a couple of years at least. That I understand. I understand pushing that. I can also say, I like the target separation of this brand over this one. There are minute differences. There's interface differences. Anyway. Does SC600 match with Muddy River Blue Cat rods? The rods are legit great. The reels are great lake reels, but I wouldn't use them on a river. Catfish Dreams, that's the problem I've heard with those SC600s. They're not bad reels, they just don't hold enough line. You buy all kinds of rods and reels, Jody, and if they aren't exactly what you want, you sell them, buy 6 more. Well, I can tell you right now that Jody is going to keep buying and selling because I don't think there's anything that's exactly perfect. I don't. There's best for me, right? Out of all the reels I've tried, I like this one the best, right? Well, that's fair. I mean, we can talk about, let's compare these two real quick. Piscifun Chaos XS50. Some people had really good luck with them. Some of them have said that they've had problems with them. The Abu Garcia 6500 C3. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who says, I hate these reels. They're no good, they break, whatever. They may not like, I don't like the form factor. I don't like round bait casters. I prefer the low profile. But until Piscifun came out with the Alijoz, rounds was my option. Now, if you ask me if I'd rather have the Chaos XS or the Abu Garcia, if I have to answer that, I don't know how to help you. Would I rather have the Chaos XS for $50 or the Abu Garcia 6500 C3 for 3 times as much? Hello, Chaos. They're both $50. Hello, Abu Garcia. And that's the way it should be. That's the truth. Which reel? You want to see this one? Or do you want to see this one? Or do you want to see the Alijoz? I can show you the Alijoz. So here's the 300, and here's the 400. The 400 is rolling around like a... Here, let me try it. There we go. I got them up the same way. So the 400 is much bigger than the 300. The power handle is a little longer on the 300 than the 400, which are both longer than the Abu. You see there's counterbalance on the 400 that's not on the 300, which doesn't matter. The 300 is nice and it's smooth. The ticking you hear is the line ticking against the reel as I reel it up. So there's nothing wrong there. It doesn't have a bait clicker. It has a magnetic brake. The 400 has a bait clicker. And listen to this. Well, there's a loop in my line and I hooked it on here. Really? Now it just wants to play with me. Okay. There, we'll pull up some line that way. So that's the 6500 Abu. There's the Alijoz. Louder. Now the Ambassador is a little bit louder than the Chaos, but nice. Now the 300 has another feature that's really good if you're going to do bumping, and that is the flip and switch. That closes the bail or engages the reel. So, and I've actually seen somebody, I saw somebody who did a review on this, and he's like, So, a great reel. Also, does anybody know what that's for? I'm like, my gosh, do a little, just pretend. Okay. Two of the chaos in about 6 months, wore them out, but we were fishing really hard. So what'd you wear out on them? The C3 and the Pro Rockets are probably the top quality reel out there. Catfish Dreams, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that, because now for catfish, they're up there. I don't know that you can spend more, but I don't know that the return on investment changes a lot, right? There's an area where you get cost and what you get for the cost, the value, right? Where it meets. And yeah, the 6500s are very nice. The 7000, again. Difference is, right, the Swedish made Abus are great. Yeah, so if you like a low profile bait caster, so the way this works for those, I assume everybody knows. So it sits on your reel seat like this. So you got part of the reel is already hanging down as far as the gears and stuff on the right hand side. So it's this tall versus that tall with a round bait caster. So it feels better in my hand. Again, it's from the bass fishing days. It also has 35 pounds of drag, 33 if you want the 300 size. It does not have the bait clicker. 9 bearings, 8 ball bearings, and 1 anti-reverse bearing clutch thing. I'm really excited about these 400s. Again, I got them both in the 8.1 to 1 ratio, year ratio for the faster retrieves. Especially if you're trying to trying to catch up to a fish that's coming in, or if you're doing cast and retrieve with lures, your arm can get sore, your hand can get sore. Like I said, the power handle, it's a little longer than the round bait casters and has a nice EVA foam handle. I'm excited. The plastic mounting on this, well, so it has a aluminum frame, but the frame is covered by plastic, carbon fiber, whatever, something like that. I don't know. So we'll see how well the reel seat holds up. But I'm impressed in these because, like I said, Piscifun has kind of gone out of the copy and make a similar reel. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to move here for a second to concentrate. They kept falling apart, paint chipped off, and the drag failed. Reeling a 10-pound fish, but not a 30-pound fish. Okay, so I don't know what the Abu drag is. I want to say it's carbon fiber washers. I would hope so at $150 versus felt washers. So I can see that. I especially if you've got fish that are peeling a lot of drag. Felt drag washers wear out faster. There's no question. The paint chipping off. So the blue parts on this are anodized aluminum. I thought the black was as well. Now, I've got a scratch over here, rod rash, or boat rash, or just rash in general. So I understand that. I don't think the paint really matters. You can find Abus that have had the anodized finish come off of them. But yeah, their drag becomes important. I don't know if it wasn't a strong enough drag for you, or if the drag washers just wore out. But I get that, and I can understand it too. But when you can get 3 of those for the price of a single Abu, I think there's a lot of value there. And when Jody says that she fishes a lot, we all know this. Jody goes out multiple times a week. She fishes her tushy off, and she does not play. She doesn't go out there and sit and watch rods like somebody named me. Um, she goes out there and she works to catch fish. She gets on good fish and she catches them. And as a if you're not catching fish, doesn't matter what reel you're using, any of them will hold up. Catfish Dream always replace my washers with carbon. It's I understand that. It's an upgrade. So you're spending a little extra a little extra money to upgrade the reel. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all, I remember back, people would soup up their reels and, send off a brand new 6500 that they paid $150 for and go ship it off to have $100 worth of work done to it. Yeah, not all reels can handle a big fish. Absolutely. That is absolutely the truth. When I was a kid, I used Zubco 202 reels all the time because they were the cheapest reel I could find. Well, there was also a Johnson that was there out at that $4 price point as well, but I didn't like them as well. But the Zubco, where the reel seat went on the reel, it was 2 rivets, one on each side. And after enough time, that reel would just rock back and forth. I'd wrap duct tape around the head of the reel and the rod to kind of keep them in line. I went through a number of those reels. Yeah, Don, I'm with you. Don't catch fish, don't matter. Hey, 351. But I was spending $100 for a bass reel 20 years ago. So, prices have changed and everything. And these Alijoz reels, I'm excited about them. That's not an endorsement. Please understand that. I'm not telling you that these are the greatest things in sliced bread and you should go buy one. Once I've used them a long time and I've gotten good confidence in them, then we'll discuss that. I can't do a review on a reel I haven't put line on. I can't do an honest, good review on a reel that I've only had for a few months, that I've taken out, 10, 15 times. Now, I have used this in saltwater. Still smooth as can be. Again, that click is the braid smacking against the reel as I spin it. That's all that is. But otherwise, still great. Catfishing Dreams. The great thing is there's a difference in specific uses for reels. Rods, however, have become super watered down and are virtually the same. I disagree with you. When I was at the gathering, Freddie Outdoor Adventures with FOA Outdoor Customs and Gear was there. FOA Customs and Gear, excuse me. And he had a couple of his double Y rods. They are graphite. I was amazed at how stiff they were for how light they were. I should have bought a couple and I didn't, because I'm too cheap to want to pay shipping. At the time, I was trying to figure out where they fit in to my arsenal. Oh, I hate that word too. Into my bag of junk. Because I've always liked 7'6" rods. But that dock that I fish off in Pensacola, because it has the roof over it, a shorter rod would be excellent there. On a kayak, again, it'd be excellent. I've used a 5'6" ultralight, and I'm like, this thing is just tiny. I don't know how to use this. But, when you don't have rod tips hanging over the front edge of your kayak, that's always a good thing. Catfish rods, you've got muddy river rods. My understanding is they have a good parabolic bend to them. They bend tip to butt. Some of the other ones are more of a faster action. They don't bend as far down. But the Uncle Lou rods, I have not found anything I like better than them. I wanted to. I wanted to buy into Catch the Fever with the Big Cat Fever rods. I wanted to buy into the B&M rods. Why can't I think of what that one is? Um, Uncle Lou's rods, one of the biggest downfalls is it comes in 7'6". At least when I started, it was 7'6". I think it was only medium heavy, although there may have been mediums. So, if you wanted the 10-foot rod, you were out of luck. If you wanted longer than that, even, you're out of luck. I have not tried the Okuma CLX. Um, Again, at that $50 price point, I'm happy with the Piscifun Chaos XS at that price point. I don't have a reason to change other than I found the Abus for a nice cheap price. I haven't tried the Okumas. I don't know one way or the other. I don't have anything against Okuma. They've been around a long time. But like the Abu Garcia, like the 6500S, I believe it is. Whatever, I think the S model is the not made in Sweden version. No, not the 6500S. Sorry. Yeah, the 6500S. The ones that come in blister packs at Walmart for 30 or 40 bucks. No way. You sold your rain shadows, but the 6 rods paid for 6 Blue Cat rods and 6 SC600s. Yeah. Uncle Lou it's an overbuilt rod. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't see a need for aluminum reel seats, or as thick a guides as he has. But they're overbuilt, but they're good. They're light enough, especially because they're using an S-class bank. But again, catch the fever. Give me a reason. Mad Cats, give me a reason. I'm not throwing shade at Mad Cats. I know a lot of people love Mad Cats. But the reason to buy a Mad Cats rod, to me, over the competition right now, is so you can win money. So you can get in their weekly tournament. Catch the fever, if I catch a state record, there's 10 grand. Okay. I don't think I'm going to do that. That's replacing all my Uncle Lou rods with those just so I can, no. Again, nothing against Big Cat Fever rods. They're nice. Nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with Mad Cats. I haven't used, I think I used one on Jody's boat. There's nothing bad about them. It's just, if I didn't already have the Uncle Lou's rods, then maybe I'd look elsewhere. But I have the Uncle Lou's rods, so why would I? But the conglomerates, I understand what you're saying, Catfish and Dreams. I was disappointed when I found out that Old Town is owned by Johnson Outdoors. Not because I don't like Johnson Outdoors, not because I don't think Humminbird is a great fish finder, not because I don't think that Minn Kota is a great trolling motor. Not that I think that Old Town is not a great product, but you start looking past family-run businesses that are taking care of their employees, and they need, they want to make a certain amount of profit, but then you start looking into corporate profits, and you start corporations. This is not. I'm not speaking about Johnson Outdoors specifically. I don't know how they. I can't say anything about that, right? But the larger corporations, they're looking at. They're not trying to feed the families anymore. They're trying to feed the shareholders. Bag of junk. Mid-South brought 6 bags on my boat. 2 of them were his makeup bags. Well, at least one of us wanted to look pretty, Jody. I mean, a lot of hair accessories. What can I tell you? My problem is I am not well organized. And even with all that garbage, now, one was cameras, one was drinks, one was this's, one was that's. I still forgot weights. Oh well. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I mean, not all of us can go use catfish slime for makeup. Jody, honey, don't you even start with that. I grew up covered in catfish slime. I grew up with chicken liver funk under my fingernails all the time because I fished almost daily. Marilla, do not encourage her. Don't encourage her. And I got a bone to pick with little pontoon skiff Jody anyway. She took me out on her boat, took Ashley out on her boat. First catfish Ashley ever catches, because she'd never gone fishing with me before. No, she hadn't. Probably. 25-pound blue cat. When that's the first catfish you catch, she set the bar a little high. Now Ashley's like, hey, where are the big ones? This, I am using the Brian B. Dinkmaster Elite Rod. Leave me alone. I'm supposed to catch fish this big. Stop it. But man, Ashley was just thrilled with that fish. Caitlin was with us as well, Kenneth Bell's daughter, and she also caught a couple of nice fish. I caught a fish or two. But, yeah, I was afraid Ashley was going to leave me and switch teams right then and there and go, I'm staying with Jody because she knows how to catch fish. But then she'd have had to meet James, and James would have, talked about her cooking or something. I don't know. God, I wish I had more to talk about. Oh, well. Let's see. Came in from fishing, met Dustin on the dock. I was covered head to toe with slime and my hair too. I said, I'm sorry I'm so nasty, Dustin. He said, you're exactly how I pictured you to be. She didn't apologize for how she looked to me. She can go, oh, Mid-South, you so sassy. I can't believe that I'm not all made up for you. So they get in the boat, fat boy. We're going fishing. And we did. And I was very appreciative of it. Because otherwise, we'd been sitting on the bank not catching anything again. Well, let's talk about cameras for a minute, folks. I use the DJI Osmo 4, and I have it at DJI Osmo 3. Now, the interesting part is the 3 takes, does like the GoPro 9 I have it, I think. No, I'm thinking of my dash cam. My bad. If my dash cam does like 5-minute videos, DJI Osmo 3 does, it chunks the videos up. However it chooses. I don't remember how long they are. The 4, you hit start, you hit stop, and it's one video. I think the GoPro is the same way, if I remember correctly. But I quit using the GoPro because I'm on my 3rd GoPro Hero 9. They all overheat. I mean, to the point that I've used them indoors, and they overheated. I don't know how to help you. Now, the Osmo 4, I have gotten it to overheat. What they do is they'll turn off the screens. Go, I'm overheating, I'm still recording, but I'm turning off the screens. But I have had it stop recording on me as well. Just not to the level that I've seen with the GoPro. I've also had, my GoPro footage just destroyed. I've been recording and I ended the recording and there's the file's either jacked up or isn't there. I wish there were a better option for anglers. I don't care if the camera's twice the size as long as it can withstand the heat. put a little cooling in there. I don't care. Um, if it's twice the size and twice the weight, we're still going to carry them. Maybe not wear them on our heads, but wear them on our chest. Put them on, you know, tripods and sticks and stuff. And do be careful with any of these action cameras. I don't care if they say they're waterproof. They are. If they're sealed up, got everything closed properly. But remember that you can only go down so far before the pressure can push the water in. The same holds true if you like slam the camera down into the water, like you take your stick and you plunge it hard. It pushes. They're not. You'll get water penetration. Don't ask me how I know from rolling a kayak over, but that's how I got it. I mean, I wasn't. The camera didn't go more than 2 feet deep, but it got water intrusion. They make plastic cases for them. They're like 10, 15 bucks. Get them. They're actually waterproof cases. Got a good seal on them, the whole 9 yards. The microphone, of course, doesn't pick up very well with it in the box, but whatever. If anybody has any other knows of any other options out there that are worth looking into, I mean, I know there's, the Insta360 and those kind of things, but from what I understand, the editing can be a little quirky with those. And of course, the phones are, if somebody made a waterproof phone, that would be awesome. I mean, the Samsung Galaxy 24, I believe, is supposed to have IPX67 or something. But anyway, I've said enough, and I haven't said much of anything lately, so I'll shut up. Again, the reason we came was the Alijoz 400 bait caster, low profile bait caster with a wonderfully loud bait clicker, but that's not enough to make it worthwhile, right? It needs to be a good reel. I haven't put line on it. I can't tell you. Can't tell you it's the greatest reel since sliced bread because I don't know. But I am excited as can be because it's a large, low profile bait caster. So you get all the joys of a low profile and the extra line capacity and the stronger drag. S23 Ultra in a waterproof case, took it to the ocean, did great. Sound is muffled, but it does the job. Yes, absolutely. The big problem is, I think of it from a kayak perspective. So if I've got my kayak or my camera back here and over my shoulder, I can't reach back there and grab it and turn it on, turn it off. I mean, it does have voice commands. Anyway, I need to know that when I turn it on, it's on. It's going to stay on. It's not going to overheat, and I'm going to miss not catching a fish. I need to know what's going on with it. The app for the DJI Osmo is not as good as the GoPro, in my opinion. It takes a while to load. It takes a while to connect. But this is what it does have over the GoPro. The GoPro, you can get in the app and you can see what the camera is going to see. When you hit record, it's done. Your screen is no longer seeing what's going on. With the Osmo, while you're recording, you can see what it's recording. Hey, LJ FUK. I am wondering if you're FFUK, Fishing Frustrations or not. DJI products, you have to be careful where you're using them. What does that mean? I'm sorry, that was actually Catfish Streams. Long time no see, so it is FFUK. Okay, good. Got my name to go? Good. Good to see you, brother. Oh, it's Lloydie. Oh, hey, Lloydie. And it had to, yeah, I should have picked that up. Lloydie's. My bad. So, Catfish Streams, what do you mean by that? You have to be careful where you're using them? I'm not talking about the drones, right? I'm talking about the Osmo action camera, which is not just like, but similar to a GoPro. I'm real curious with that. Like now, with the drones, you do have to be careful where you're using them because, FAA regulations and stuff like that. Good to see you, Lloyd. Yeah, start seeing. Oh, I forgot his name because he changed it to Fishing Dreams or something like that. Oh, what was his name? He was one of those UK guys that was everywhere all the time. Uh, who owns them in their digital rights? Okay. Yeah, I do believe they are a Chinese company. Their app is not available in the Play Store, probably not in the Apple Store either. You do have to download the APK and sideload it. George Ray, there you go. Yeah. I knew the name, I just couldn't remember it, which is not surprising because I forget lots of things. Fish and Dream. There you go. You're right. Um, George is one of those guys that he came in and he hit like a storm, man. He was everywhere all the time. One of the great moderators that just he was a real helpful fellow. He kind of disappeared for a little bit. Catfishing and or carpet catfishing baits, tips and tricks. He did it. Josh, he did a live yesterday. I think it was yesterday, the day before I wanted to. It's good seeing him back around. He hadn't been around for about 8 months. And George is a good guy. You always wonder when you don't see people for a while what happened to them, right? So I was glad to see Josh back around because I was actually looking up carp recipes and there he was. I'm like, whoa, I haven't seen you in a while. So anyway, here we go. Yep, don't really have much else to say. I want to thank everybody for coming in. It's a long live stream. I'll probably chop out the important parts about the reel because, like I say, it's not a review. I'm not qualified to do a review when I just opened the box. But I was so excited with it. I wanted to share it with you guys because I can't wait to get this thing spooled up and go play with it. I wanted when I got the 300. I got them on sale for about 65, 70 bucks, I think. I really wanted the 400 because of the bait clicker, but it was 130 bucks. So, about twice the price. So that's why I got the 300. And I've been happy with the 300s. I haven't used them a terrible amount. But I've been quite happy with them. The amount of line they hold, the whole 9 yards. I'm very happy with them, and I think I'll be happy with the 400 as well. But I do have to get some time under my belt with them. So anyway, thanks for joining everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for taking time out of your day. And we'll see you next time. Like I said, I'm probably going to go live fishing tonight. We will see, though. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.